What's up, guys? It's your man Supremo here, and it's been a few days that I haven't posted anything. So, to bring you up to speed, so far I have been recompositioning in my whole protocol journey because after the comeback of 4 years to the gym, I was moving too fast through the weight, and I was trying to hit the same amount of weight that I was trying to get. I was getting actually back 4 years ago. So at that moment, as I was doing my weight, I sustained an injury, and then after that, I sustained two more. So I had three muscle tear because of the heavy load workout routine. So it showed me that the strength was there because I was able to get the weight up. So I was doing repping the way up, and somewhere down the line, the muscle just happened to tear because even though that the strength is there, the body or muscle was not ready for it because you've been 4 years out of that, and now you're trying to come back to getting those same weight back. It will be a little bit hard for you. So since I'm in the reload stage of the protocol, what I will be doing is infusing a higher amount of carbs on a consistently basis. I'll say 3 to 4 times a week. So I actually put it into practice starting last week, Thursday, and then I ate carbs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday, and that gave me a little bit boom boost and recovering for the muscle tear. So the pain's still there, but the muscle feel less sore. It's recovering better, slowly, which means that I'll be also adjusting my calorie to increase it higher to make sure I get some insulin spike, mainly around the workouts. That way, I get to recover the muscle the way I should be. So my soreness and strain gets back in line with the body. That way, I get no muscle tear as I can increase in the weight. So I'm getting the body ready to absorb the pain and tear that I will be undergoing through all the workouts. So that is what I've been going to be implementing right now. And it would take me a process, I'll say approximately around a month or two to actually start getting and feeling better. Now, when it comes to the workout itself, I'm gonna be also working out 3 to 4 times. It's not gonna change. The eating approach is not gonna change. What is still the same protocol base. What is gonna change is the amount of protein I'll be ingesting, along with the carbs amount that I'm gonna be ingesting consistently through the week. Since I used to do about two reload day refeed day, I'll be doing more now, 3 to 4 refeed day to help out in the muscle recovery. With this amount of food that I'm gonna be eating, most likely than not, the edgy definition is not gonna be always there, but it's still gonna make sure that as I'm regenerating and growing, I'm gonna hold most of the definition, and my abdominal area is not gonna get fat. Now, I had a question for multiple, or not a question, but mainly most of a concern from people that are following the diet. A couple of people that have bought the book in the last few days, so they kept on asking me about their eating approach and they eating, but they've been having some struggling in the weight loss part. So I started asking questions through the mentorship in the one-on-one coaching. So if you have not gotten that service, make sure you get the one-on-one coaching, which I will work with you on a one-on-one basis in a weekly calls, and I'll be checking exactly what is it that you're doing, you're eating, your refeed days, if you're working out, how you doing your workouts, and supplementing yourself through the whole process, making sure you actually get this source so you could cut out the learning curve that I would take a person to figure this out and get result on their own. Make sure you are strictly doing it properly. All right. So one of the problems that I have found is that most of these people, they do not know how to read the nutrition label. And it's really important for you to read the nutrition label, because if you do not know how to read the nutrition label, then you think, like most of these people are, doing a good job of following the protocol 100%. Now, most of the people fail at identifying that the carbohydrate amount that they were consuming was higher than a regular amount on a daily basis. And most of the stuff that they thought it was good was actually not really good, because it has a certain amount of carb content or sugar content that are going to spike the insulin, what you don't want it to do. So, for example, people were eating a lot of corns consistently. Corns is not ideal for our methodology because it has carbohydrate and sugar, and that alone will spike your insulin. And like that, they were eating a lot of other things that it would be mainly carbs. Some of these people didn't even know what oatmeal was. They didn't know that oatmeal is just pure carbohydrate. So they were eating oatmeal thinking that they were following the right eating approach, and they failed to understand that oatmeal itself is only pure carbs. And in one serving of oatmeal, which is supposed to be 40 grams, it alone has more than 30 grams of carbs. That alone to kick you off of your carbohydrate consumption for a whole day. And if you are ingesting that amount of carbs in one sit, you definitely know you're not going to be burning fat, because your insulin is going to go high, and it will stop you from continuing to burn fat, which is not what you want. You want to consistently keep fat burning on your side to make sure you are in the fat burning zone for the most part of the day. And then you're only going to be spiking the insulin on those times that we needed to on purpose. So what I did, I purchased a couple of products that we are allowed to eat in our diet, and try to compare it to what people should be eating towards the regular thing. Comparison to the regular part of what regular people will eat in their daily routine. So for example, we got here, let me see, Magic Spoon. We got Magic Spoon cereal. It's supposed to be paleo, and why not? Low carbs, high fat. So if you look at the box itself, right, it has 7 grams of fat, 14 grams of carbohydrate, 13 grams of protein, 1 gram of fiber. So 14 grams of carbohydrate minus 1 gram of fiber, that will give you 13, right? But then they will break it down here in the ingredients. Say they use the sweetener allulose, which is one of my favorite because it doesn't have the high calorie content, and it doesn't have the high carbs content. But then again, the taste itself is closer to the regular sweetener, so it will be as sweet as sugar, but without the bad part of spiking your insulin, getting you the extra carbohydrate and sugar that you don't want in your system. So then you got also the monk fruit, the high oleic sunflower, and avocado oil, which is good fat except for the sunflower one. And then you got the Turkish starch, which gonna make you a little bit full because it's a starch itself, and so on, right? So if you look at this part right here, right, it tells you that it has 1 gram of fiber and 9 grams of allulose. Now it's 10 grams altogether, fiber and allulose. Again, the allulose itself doesn't count towards your carb content, because again, if you want to research it on your own, you'll find out that allulose is a sweetener that is natural, and it will not spike insulin at all, and it will have less calorie in comparison, and carbs in comparison to any other sweetener out there. But it's really sweet. So it has 9 and 1, that's 10, minus the 14 grams of carbs, it give you 4 total net carbs. So your total net carb for the total input carb that you should be consuming in a day will be 4. So this 4 grams is what are gonna be counting towards your 30 to 40 grams on the protocol diet. So as you see here, the only thing that I don't like about this is really, I don't like that, is that they do not include the allulose in here. So they'll tell you it's 9 grams down here why you didn't add it here? See, that's a little bit problematic for me, but again, it works a little bit. Then you got, let's say, this ice cream that I eat, the Nix salted caramel has 50 calories, and it has 2 net grams of carb. Now, how did they arrive at that 2 grams of net carb? Well, let's find out. So it has total carb for 1 bar is 13 grams, as you see, right? Fiber is 5, and then sugar alcohol is 2. So most of the manufacturer usually subtract the sugar alcohol and the fiber from the total carb, which is supposed to be 7 minus 13. You're still short about what, 6 more carbs. So how is it that they are arriving at the 2 net carbs? So you gotta keep that in mind. How is it that, oh, so they here said that they also use allulose. So most likely than not, the allulose there, that which is not here, should be the one that they are deducting from the whole 13. Now, one thing that I keep in mind when I'm eating certain things like this is that it has maltodextrin and sorbitol. Now, sorbitol and maltodextrin, I know they are bull carbohydrate that will spike insulin, and then also it has cornstarch, as you see, which is more or less another name for corn syrup. So it also has erythritol, which people also or manufacturer deduct from the total amount of carb. Now, I do not like the fact that they did not list it here as well, which for me is a problem. However, would that stop me from eating it? No, it would not, because again, I may compensate for those things. Now let's see, what can I get here? Let's see this protein bar that I got. This protein bar has what? There you go. It has 24 grams of carbohydrate, right? 9 grams of fiber, and 20 grams of protein. Maybe, maybe not. Now here you don't got no sugar, alcohol, no allulose, so therefore you're not gonna deduct any of that. So it will be 9 minus the 24. So this one has a higher amount of carbs in comparison to the other one. This one will give you more than 10 grams of carbohydrates. So definitely when you're eating this, most likely that will be a not regular day. It will be more of one of those refeed day, right? Because the carbohydrate content in 1 bar will be 15, which is more than what you actually want for your regular bars. Now we got another one here that are barrel, and this one has 29 grams of carbohydrate and only 3 grams of fiber. So this one is more on a higher part of carbohydrate, since it will be 26 grams of carbohydrate per 1 little serving of this 1 bar. So it's really important for people to start paying attention to reading your carbohydrate consumption. Now you're thinking you're eating healthy things, and next thing you know, you blowing up your carbohydrate content. Now let's the oatmeal here, which is 40 grams, half a cup, right, for 1 serving. It has 27 grams of carbs and 4 grams of fiber. So it will be more than 10. Also, it will be like 23 grams of carbs that you're ingesting in 1 little serving. Now most people don't do half a cup. They wouldn't even know what 40 grams is. So most likely now they're gonna do a cup. So a cup will be 80 grams. That'll be double that. So you just not paying attention to your nutrition label and such could actually give you a problematic situation when it comes to following the diet. Now, in most cases, so that means that you're gonna be mixing the two more danger combination that you could have as you're doing the protocol diet, which you shouldn't have, because that will make you gain fat as opposed to burn fat, because you're gonna be storing fat once you spike that insulin, and you don't want that. So, if you are concerned about all of this, drop your comments. If you have any question about this, you can also drop your comment. If you want to get the book to make sure you know and understand what is it that I'm doing and how I'm doing it, go ahead, click the link below, theprotocolshop.com, opt in the protocol so you could get the copy right now. And if you want to get your supplementation to a next level, make sure you check the people powered nutrition.com. These people know what they're doing. They never sacrifice quality. They give you the highest quality in the market right now for the price that you deserve. So if you want to get more contents in regards to what I'm doing in my methodology and progress, make sure you subscribe. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I will catch you guys next